Hello, this is Virgil Labrador, Editor-in-Chief of Satellite Markets and Research, and we're here at Satellite 2025 in Washington, D.C. with David Myers. He's the Chief Strategy Officer of Applied Aerospace. It's a California-based company, and they're actually exhibiting here for the very first time, but I'm pretty sure this is not his first time at this show. I've actually interviewed him over the years with different companies. So David, congratulations on your position.
Thank you very much, Virgil, and thanks very much for having us on your podcast here.
Yes, could you give us a brief overview of your company for those who are not familiar with what you do?
Sure. So Applied Aerospace is really an interesting company. It's been around since 1954. It was founded originally to build helicopter blades, of all things. But today, 70 years later, we manufacture all manner of structures and subsystems for launch vehicles, spacecraft, a lot of military aircraft, as well as specialized radomes for ground systems and naval applications.
So those are radomes, fairings.
Yeah, so the best way to think about it is if you picture a satellite in your mind's eye, right? You picture the big box in the middle, and the wings that are the solar panels, and then the antenna reflectors in the middle.
Right.
We build all of those things that you can see. So we build the physical structure, the bus of the satellite.
Right.
We build the structure, the substrates for the solar panels that have to fold up like origami in the launch vehicle. And we build the specialized reflectors that go on the spacecraft.
Now, are you tied to any one manufacturer, or you can build that for any manufacturer?
It's a great question. We actually work for both kind of the large-scale incumbent aerospace companies. In fact, just 2 weeks ago, we were honored at the annual Northrop Grumman Supplier Excellence Awards, third year in a row that Applied Aerospace was recognized as a top 50 supplier. At the same time, our fastest market-growing segment is really launch vehicles, where we are providing fairings, nose cones, landing legs, all kinds of products for many of the major launch vehicle companies.
Now, David, we're in North America. This is a North American show pretty much. Do you cover the whole world? I mean, are you reaching out also to European or Asian?
A little bit, but our primary focus really is the North American space industrial base. Both, as I said, kind of incumbent aerospace companies as well as a lot of the new space innovators.
Right. Well, you know, David, as if you actually follow these podcasts, but David has been around the industry in very key roles. So how do you see that industry right now? We're in a very, let's say, interesting time, and especially for your company.
We are. There's a space renaissance that people have called it that's been going on, and I think one of the things that we've really tried to do at Applied Aerospace is create that balance between aerospace discipline and the new space agility, right? So our big mega companies are oftentimes very specific in the engineering protocols and the quality assurance programs that say they want you to follow. Many of our newer clients are very focused on agility and innovation and how quickly can you produce something. And so we, I think, really bring a manufacturing expertise, having done this for over 7 decades. And so a client will come to us with a new design and say, hey, can you build this spacecraft module for us or this launch vehicle component? And we'll say yes, but we'd recommend you maybe change the way it fits together or use bonded aluminum instead of forged aluminum, or use this part in composite. And that sort of concurrent engineering knowledge, I think, is one of the things that we're able to leverage that's helping the trend, because I think, a lot of people say in new industries, move fast, break fast. That's not a good mantra in aerospace. You don't want things to break fast or break at all when you're flying.
Right. Now, do you specialize in a specific size, or what's your cutoff? Do you do both the GEO, LEO, MEOs?
We do. In fact, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but behind here you sort of have some examples of things that we do. So large-scale GEOs, LEOs, a lot of deep exploration spacecraft. So for example, our newest location is based in Huntsville, Alabama.
Where spaceflight was born.
Exactly, right near the Marshall Space Flight Center. Yeah, exactly. And so the group that we bought down there just closed actually this past month. They were kind of well known for specialized solar sails and sun shields, and one of the things that they built was the sun shield for the James Webb Space Telescope. In fact, they even got a NASA Collier Award for achievement in astronautics on that. So a lot of what we like to focus on are the more complex problems, the more difficult engineering challenges, as opposed to kind of the sort of mass market products. But at the same time, as you can see in the picture, we're on, I think 45 different aircraft, military and commercial. We've been on over 200 different spacecraft, and we're on 6 current medium and heavy lift launch vehicles today.
Right. So, well, you just joined the company recently.
Yeah, at the beginning of the year.
Yes, that's
yeah.
2 months,
Yeah.
2.5.
That's right.
Depending when you start. So, well, as Chief Strategy Officer, how do you see your company in the next few years?
You know, I think Applied Aerospace has been known for a long time for sort of exquisite engineering around really complex structures, components, and what we're really moving to today is an investment in more detailed and complex subsystems. Mm-hmm. So, for example, we build the structures that hold the solar arrays that deploy from spacecraft, and increasingly we're now talking to a lot of companies about adding kind of the complete systems, right? Mm-hmm. So this would include putting the photovoltaic cells on board the structures, adding the wiring, the solar cell drives, those kinds of pieces. So providing more total value for our customers, because as the volume of satellite manufacturing, spacecraft manufacturing is growing, more of our customers are looking to try to outsource a lot of that assembly, integration, and test type services to trusted suppliers. And so that's sort of a path that we're taking, is evolving beyond just building the specific things our customers ask for to more engineered solutions and complete subsystems.
Right. Well, that's a very good overview of your company, David, and I wish you all the best in your new position. And for all the news and information on the global satellite industry, you always have Satellite Markets and Research at www.satellitemarkets.com.